Yo, party people. Welcome back to The Last of Us Gamers. We're going to be doing part 5 of Heavy Rain today. Gonna try and either finish it or almost finish it. Feel free to, hang out, chat, do all that stuff. To anybody who watches it later, thank you for the support. The red bar on the bottom of the screen shows you the Facebook. Check us out. If you guys enjoy the content, please don't hesitate to write a comment, throw a like, throw a sub. I think we need 10 more subs, and we're going to be doing the Netflix giveaway. So all you got to do is like the Facebook page and like the YouTube. And make sure you like it, follow it publicly so I know that you did it, and then you'll be entered to win a $25 gift card to Netflix, which is good for 3 months of free Netflix. So without any further ado, we're going to jump right in here. Make sure I'm using the right remote because one of these doesn't like to do stuff. Alright. And here we go. Let's load this up. Why are you exposed? Alright, last time we played, Ethan had finished his trial, the 4th trial, which was killing a drug dealer.
Ethan, are you alright?
I killed a man. I had no choice. I had no choice.
So...
You're not the origami killer, Ethan.
If you don't want to kill somebody...
You're not responsible for those murders.
You technically have to do...
I can prove it.
This,
That changes nothing.
killing the drug dealer.
Saving Sean is all
You
that
only have
matters
to
now.
do 3 of the actual trials to pass it. And technically you don't have to do any of them. Technically you don't have to do any of them because Madison can find the address and call you and tell you. She can either call you or she can call Nathan. What a way to start off the stream. So this leads to a better ending if you hang out with Madison, but you don't have to have a happy ending without it. But she kinda needs to get a good ending with her. You should hang out with her. Gonna do a little graphic warning. It was already in the description, but there is nudity in this game. Shows breasts, so just make sure that you are under 18. You are not watching this video. First shot, because we're a pro. You don't have to, I don't know if you have to take off her bra, you might not have to. try not getting caught by the cops. So we don't want Ethan to go to jail. But we didn't get arrested earlier, so...
I've already wasted too much time. I've got to get through this last trial.
I should be able to...
She's the only person I can trust. But now I have to be alone to do what I have to do.
I think if you get caught, even if you didn't get caught earlier...
Only one more origami figure. Then I find my son.
Get stuck in jail.
She's still asleep. No goodbyes, no explanations. I'll just leave before she wakes up. Things might have worked out between us, if circumstances had been different.
Wash your hands. So as you can see, I didn't get electrocuted in the trial earlier. So I didn't burn off my nipple. Oh yeah, we need our clothes. Yeah. Going through the trial naked. I like how that shirt doesn't really fold. He must have been wearing it a while because it looks like it's stuck in his form. Probably doesn't smell so great. I think he would have gotten some new clothes by now. No drinks for you. And then come on over here. Grab the coat. Dun dun dun. So we see that Madison has been following us. And writing about us. So she knew what was happening back since
I should have guessed.
the first trial.
All this time and I had no idea.
Ethan, what's the matter?
I thought I meant something to you.
Listen,
She
You're pretty
feels
good
bad
nurse for a
though.
fucking journalist!
Ethan, I wanted to tell you, but
What kind of article were you gonna write? My life with a serial killer? No. How I caught the origami killer. Maybe you'll get a book deal. I hope it was fucking worth it!
Ethan, it's not what you think.
You lied to me, Madison! All this time you fucking lied to me! I thought you wanted to help me, but you're only thinking of writing a fucking book?
It's true. I'm a journalist. And I knew that you were the father of the boy who had disappeared, and I wanted to cover the story. But then I saw what you were going through to save your son. And I understood how much you love him. I wanted to tell you the truth, but I couldn't. I was afraid that you may not believe me. I was afraid that you'd ask me to go. All I want is for you to find your son alive. And when it's all over, I want to be with you.
So you can either trust her or not trust her. I'm gonna trust her.
I'm sorry, Ethan. I'm so sorry. You're leaving, aren't you?
Yep, sure are.
It's the last origami figure. The last letters, then I'll know where Sean is.
Take care, Ethan. I can't lose you now.
To the 2 people watching, hey, thanks for checking it out. I appreciate it. This is Heavy Rain of The Last of Us Gamers. And this is part 5.
I'm gonna go find something to eat. Wait for me. I'll be back in 10 minutes. We'll find his son and prove he's innocent. I'll be able to help him now that he knows who I am.
I like how they just magically forget that he killed
Now we gotta find
somebody.
his son. And I think I know where to start looking. I think I'm starting to fall in love. I was so afraid he wouldn't believe me. Wrong move, idiot. I should have admitted everything earlier.
Going down to the first floor. There we go. So this part, she can help warn you, so make sure you pay attention to the, because she sees the cops. Make sure you pay attention to what room you were in. It's important. There's Detective
Cops.
Blake.
They're looking for Ethan. It looks like a raid.
I don't know why she doesn't use her cell phone, but... So you can either help Ethan, or you can get on the bike and leave.
What's going on?
Isn't this great? Like being in a TV show. Who'd have thought it? The origami killer renting a room here. He registered under a false name, but I recognized his face.
Fucking dickhead.
Come on, what was the damn number?
So you have to get this right.
Come on, come on. Pick up the phone.
Hello?
The cops. They're in the motel. You've got to get out of here.
Alright. Now we're gonna try not to get caught.
He's still on the move! Get him! He's making a run for it! He's on the balcony!
So you gotta make the right choices, or you will get caught.
Whoa!
Excuse me, buddy. You wanna go right? Then you wanna go up. So you go down, every wrong choice you make makes it easier for you to get caught. So make sure that you make the right choices. We don't want to go to jail. Whoops. On harder difficulty, you have to tap the L1, R1. See, I shouldn't have done that. It slowed me down. If you go slow, that cop would have caught you there.
Please! Stop! It's over. On your knees, hands behind your head. Easy, pal. Nowhere to go. You're surrounded. Holy fuck!
Yep, that's what you gotta do. You can still get caught, 'cause you gotta get the fuck out of there. For some reason they just give up.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
And that's how you do it. I think you get a grand total of two mistakes. If you make 2 mistakes on that, you get caught. I made 1 going up and around instead of just cutting through. Yeah, Lewis, it is crazy, man. Is it Lewis or Lois? I don't want to say it wrong. Must be Lewis. I have a buddy who spells it like that, but he pronounces it Lois. Thanks for joining, my man. I appreciate it.
Lauren?
I'm sorry, Scott.
You should have listened to me, Mr. Shelby. I told you to drop the investigation.
Your son is a serial killer. How many people does he have to kill before you turn him in?
Gordy has his faults, but he's still my son. You have no children, Mr. Shelby. You can't possibly understand. You leave me no choice. Your investigation is over. For good.
Shit. So, we don't get any time to really relax. Now we're sinking to the bottom of the river. And you gotta get the fuck out of the car.
Lauren! Shit!
Oh yeah. If you take too long, you won't be able to get out in time. Scott automatically escapes this, but Lauren can die.
Nothing's gonna work if I don't switch on that ignition.
We better hurry, whoops. You're kidding me, did we just drop that? Oh shit. Wait, we don't want to do that. We want to save Lauren. I guess we're not saving Lauren. That's not what was supposed to happen. So we... So normally, I wouldn't start this over again, but this is us getting the good ending, and the good ending is everybody surviving. So I interacted the wrong way and messed it up. Hi Aurelio, nice to see you, my man. On away.
Glass is already cracked. Greg, if I give her a good whack. You gotta help Lauren, or she's done for.
How do we help Lauren?
Lauren! Lauren, wake up!
There we go.
Lauren!
So make sure you untie her bonds real quick. It's really easy. That's all you gotta do. And then after she's untied, you just kick out the glass. Hi, Aurelio. Thanks for joining, my man. Welcome. So we lost a grand total of like 10 seconds of do-over on that, because we had already got his shit free. It saves after you get yourself free. If you want to get the gold
I was
trophy
gonna take up swimming again.
to
This isn't
have the
exactly what I had
origami
in
killer
mind.
get away with it, you gotta let Lauren
You got a car
die.
back at your place? Mine's obviously pretty fucked up.
Yeah, sure. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go settle a few scores. Come on, I'll take you home. Lock your doors and windows and don't let anybody in but me. Okay?
Be careful, Scott. I don't want to lose you.
So after that, you're just gonna drive in here. If you want to get a trophy, you have to do all of this without messing up once. And without getting shot. A little harder than you might think. There's a lot of bodyguards. Booyah. One down. Messing up results in you getting shot. Get shot too many times. Scott will leave. He'll retreat. Fast actions are actually random, so they could be X, circle, triangle, square,
Don't come near me.
R1, or L1. I got really lucky on that one,
asshole.
but sometimes it changes.
Please, don't. Oh!
Booyah.
Your idiot son killed all those kids, didn't he? He's the origami killer.
No! No! He's innocent! He's not a killer! Not a killer!
He is a killer.
You're a fucking liar. Now tell me the truth.
No! No, please! Don't hurt me!
Last chance.
I don't know. I swear! I don't know anything! Stop! Stop! I beg you. I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything.
Gordy always wanted his fun, you know. He wanted to be like the Origami Killer. He kidnapped that kid and he held him under the water for a little too long. It was an accident. An unfortunate accident. He just wanted to play. He told me everything. He was crying. He was so sorry for what had happened.
This guy's deluded.
Whatever he did, Gordy is my son. No one will miss him.
What?
That boy, Gordy killed. No one will miss him. Just street trash, like so many others.
You disgusting pile of shit. And what about John Shepard? Why did you put flowers on his grave?
I own the construction site where he died.
Bum, bum, bum.
I never forgot. I've been putting flowers on his grave for 30 years.
John had a twin brother. What happened to him?
I don't know. He was adopted, I think. His mother should know. Her name is Anne. Anne Shepard.
So this next part, you can either let the old man die, or you can save him.
My heart! Quickly! I need my pills.
It doesn't really affect anything.
There.
Fucking bastard. Let him die. I'm no better than him if I let him die. I can't let him die, even though he deserves it.
So you don't have to let him die, but you can let him die.
Thank you. You saved my life.
I already regret it.
I don't know why it was a big deal. He killed all these other people. What would it have mattered if he killed one more person? You also get a trophy if you do that with 0 errors, which we did. Back to Madison again.
John Shepard died 30 years ago. Hope his mother has all the answers to this puzzle. Only a few hours left before Sean Mars dies. Hope I'm not wasting my time.
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Shepard's room.
Please sign the visitor's book. Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor. No one ever comes to see her. With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her. You know. It's room 19 at the end of the corridor.
Thank you.
Room 19. Where is that?
Alright, so you see the those flowers right there, which are orchids. We're gonna come back and look at those in a little bit.
Room 19.
You can't interact with
Where
them right
is
now,
that?
but later you can. 17. Is that it right there? Yep, room 19. So this part's kind of slow. You just keep asking her questions. And she doesn't really remember anything, so you just gotta do actions
Hello, Mrs.
to make
Shepherd.
her remember.
Is it time for my pills already?
No, Mrs. Shepherd,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time. But here...
My name is Madison Page. I'm a journalist. I'd like to ask you some questions about your son.
I don't like this hospital. The food isn't very good, you know.
So you really are gonna wring it out of her by asking her question after question after question.
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
Your other son, Mrs. Shepherd, John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son? I have no other son. I never had any children.
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
Try to remember, Mrs. Shepherd. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know. They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of television.
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Shepherd. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me, can you believe it? In 10 years, never. No one forgets their mother, do they?
Mrs. Shepherd, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
Let's come back out here. Go interact with this origami.
Did you make these origami figures?
My little paper animals. They played with them for hours. I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
Yes, your boys, Mrs. Shepherd. John and... what was your other son's name again?
My other son? I only had one son. My little Johnny.
All right, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here. It'd take days, if not longer, to find the name of the family that adopted her son. Sean Mars would be dead by then. This woman might be the origami killer's mother. Must be some way to get her to remember.
Let's come over here. We're gonna switch to the dog, and then we're gonna do the dog origami.
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs, too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs. He always wanted to call them Max. Max? 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 All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name.
That's a clue for later in the game, so you should
But he
remember what the
always
dog's
wanted
name
his
is.
paper dog's Max. It's funny, isn't it?
That's why they're saying it 9-10 times. Okay, so after you do that...
It seems to be working. She's remembering stuff.
Come over here.
Gotta find something else to show her.
There's the 2 pictures of her son.
Are these your children, Mrs. Shepherd? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them. Always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
So then interact with the flower vase.
You don't seem to get many flowers, Mrs. Shepherd.
No, but I love them. My son knows that I love flowers. I know he'll bring me some.
Nothing down there that I remember. Yeah, it's nothing down there. Okay, so now that we've done all this, we're gonna go back out into the hallway. Because either you can do that or you can leave, because a lot of people sometimes get stuck on this part. So we're gonna leave for a second. Make sure you don't totally leave. So come back down here.
Does Mrs. Shepherd ever talk about her past?
It's not all very clear to her now. Sometimes she'll remember the oddest things, though. I suppose if she sees something that reminds her of her past.
Does she get many visitors?
She's been here for 10 years and you're the first.
Did she ever mention her sons?
Sons? Well, she often mentions John. I think he drowned.
Does she ever talk about her other son?
I didn't know she had another one. I've never heard her mention it. Sometimes, if you show her things, it seems to trigger a memory from her past. You might get it to remember.
Thanks for the advice.
Alright, so earlier we went up to these flowers that we could look at but not interact with. And now we can interact with them. So the origami killer always has orchids. So go back and... So after you've done the dog origami, and you showed her the picture, you can come back and give the old bitch a flower. And she tells Madison.
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids.
She
We used
said
to
my
grow them in
sons
the
this
back.
time.
When John died, I laid orchids on his grave. I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
Oh, that's sad.
His name, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
But I loved him. If you only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
Come closer.
Just gotta whisper it, so, you know, we can't hear it. That'd ruin the surprise. I don't know why she looks so awestruck. She never actually met the origami killer. So it's weird that she looks so surprised about it. So now Madison knows who the origami killer is. Now we're going back to Daddy. So this is the last origami. It doesn't actually show you how you got there or anything, but...
The last origami figure. The last trial. The last origami figure. The last trial.
Is it me or is this
The
hallway
last origami
getting
figure.
bigger?
The last trial.
I think they
The
ran out of
last
budget
origami
and
figure.
decided to do this.
The last trial.
Alright, so this is actually a mind game. I don't know how the origami figure afforded this shit, but I guess he did.
The last trial. The last question. Are you prepared to give your life to save your sons? There is a deadly poison in this vial. It will kill you in exactly 60 minutes. If you drink it, you will get the last letters of the address. You will have enough time to save your son and say goodbye to him, but then you will die. You can drink the vial or decide to leave. The choice is yours.
The cameras. He must be watching me. Save Sean and die. Christ. He loses his father, but at least he's alive.
Last time I
Maybe it's the right thing to do.
to do this trial.
There's got to be another way. I can't kill myself to save my son. Poison. So, if I drink this, I'll be dead in an hour, and if I don't, I won't get the last letters. He could be lying. Maybe I'll die as soon as I drink this, and then no one can save Sean. There's no choice. I've got to do it. If I want to save my son.
So if you want to get the Smart Dad trophy, you have to fail at least one trial. But I already have that trophy, so you can guess what it is. Just so you guys know, the vial is not actually poisonous. It just tastes like shit.
Nothing to lose. I've come too far to stop now.
So we're gonna drink it. Must have something bad in it, because it makes his stomach cramp up and shit, but it doesn't actually kill you.
The last letters have been sent to your phone.
So that's the address, 8 Theodore Roosevelt. 852 Theodore Roosevelt is where you need to go.
I did what I had to, Sean. Your dad's coming to save you.
Now, see, now I got the trophy Sacrifice, which I didn't have before because last time I was like, well, I'm not drinking fucking poison and dying. And then we just got the Silver Trial Master trophy because we just did all 5 trials. The first time, I didn't actually get the
We've only got a few more hours left to save Sean Mars.
trophies.
There has to be a goddamn clue somewhere. It's probably staring me in the face.
If you don't do all the trials, you get a little cutscene where
in circles.
the dad goes over the clues he has to try and figure out where it is. The way you figure it out is because in the background of the
all packed up and ready to go.
Of one of the videos, you hear
what are
a
you talking
foghorn.
about? The investigation's over.
Only one address is actually
no longer
near
need your services anymore, Norman.
the river.
So you can ride your files all the way back to Washington.
Such a
I'd be lying if I said I was gonna miss you.
The investigation isn't over. You have absolutely nothing on Mars.
Mars is guilty. Case closed. Anyway, it's no concern of yours now. You're off the case. So pack up and fuck off.
Blake, you are an unbalanced, psychopathic asshole.
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, I don't give a shit what you think. I found the origami killer. Everyone's happy. End of story. Have a nice trip back, Norman.
This guy's a fucking idiot. That's what he is. I guess he just felt like doing it. I went the whole game without doing any of that
Killer's
shit,
name is
and then
here.
he just
Somewhere in this data. I just have to find it. Find it before it's too late.
Oh, one last thing, sir. You should be careful not to overindulge in you know what. It can be dangerous. Very dangerous. It'll end up killing you if you're not careful. That would be most unfortunate, sir.
So you gotta go through this to figure everything out.
Ari was in record mode when I was fighting with the killer. Perhaps there's something on it.
So there is something you need to figure out while doing this. The clue to finding Sean Mars is in here. It's taking its sweet ass time. Alright, play.
The sword was already in Paco's office. It's got nothing to do with the killer.
So what we're trying to do is find the watch. No, that's not what we want. There it is.
Gold watch. I'm sure I've seen this before somewhere.
we know he's a cop. Or used to be a cop. So I know they're like, how the fuck was I supposed to find that? You really have to look through the files to figure it out. It's not
the
that
watch
easy.
they give for promotions to lieutenant. The killer is a cop.
Now we've gotten both of those, so we're going to back out of here. And we're going to do a geoanalysis. Or not. Oh, we're going to switch over to
The gun the killer left at the Blue Lagoon. Perhaps there's some way of tracing its history.
Going the wrong way on that. So you gotta make sure you find all these clues too, or you won't have what you need to find Sean Mars.
Impounded in a police case 5 years ago. The gun is still supposed to be in police custody. Who checked it out? If not a cop. 2 receipts from the same gas station. Might be near the killer's home.
So you need all this stuff, plus you need to find the wristwatch thing that you found in the...
That doesn't get us anywhere.
So let's make sure we do the geoanalysis on this. Shows us where it is.
The killer lives in this zone. 342 people live around there. Not good enough. Gotta find a means of identifying the killer more precisely.
By the watch.
Looks like the killer is a cop. Carter Blake! That would explain the dead-end investigation and his desire to frame Ethan Mars.
We're going to investigate further, because it's not him.
Cop. There's only one cop in that geoprofiling zone. Gotcha. He owns a warehouse on the docks. If I'm wrong, Sean Mars is dead.
That's how you figure it out. If you go accuse, you know, the other guy, then you won't find Sean Mars. And if he is wrong, and the dad's wrong, Madison can still figure it out. You have 3 tries to try and figure it out, unless they die. Because, Ethan and, Madison can both die.
I don't want to go.
Look, it'll only take a couple of days. Long enough to get this resolved.
I can't just wait while you confront my son's killer.
It's the only way, Laura. Trust me. Now go stay with your mother for a few days. I'll come and get you when this is all over.
Tell me who the origami killer is. I want to know who killed my son.
Listen, when I'm done, I'll tell you everything I know. I promise.
Back to where John drowned. And, this is the whole reason that the origami killer does this.
I'll be right back. Gotta find someone. The water's still rising. John won't be able to hang on for long. Need to get help fast. John's gonna drown. John's gonna drown. This place is completely deserted. There's no one around to help.
Dad, I've got to get Dad. He's the only one who can save John. Gotta move. Mom's work is too far away. I'd never make it in time. Dad, it's John. He found your bus.
Oh, get out of here, you little pest. Leave me alone.
You gotta come, Dad. Come on, John's gonna die. John's gonna die.
Well, that'll be one less greedy mouth to feed, won't it? Go away.
Please, Dad, I'm begging you. John's gonna die. John's gonna
What
die,
did I tell
Dad.
If you look at his face, you can see who the killer is just by paying attention to his facial features. It pretty much gives it away.
Dad, you've got to save John. I tried, John. I really tried. But he wouldn't come. Please don't die, John. Please. Don't forget about me, Scotty.
Scotty. So he said the Origami's killer's name, Scott. If you look at his facial features, it's not hard to figure out who the killer was. It's one of the main characters you play as. Also, earlier in the game, he has a band-aid over his eye, which is another clue they gave you to, little spoiler. It was just over the other eye, but if you look at the hair, same color as Scott Shelby. If you look at, his eyes, same color eyes. So the first time you played as this kid, it should have been a dead giveaway who the actual killer was. So now we know the killer is Scott Shelby, the private eye who's investigating the Origami Killer. So the whole time what he was doing was gathering the evidence that anybody had to link him to him being the Origami Killer, and now he's going to get rid of all the evidence. You can get a gold trophy if Madison dies, if Norman dies, or they don't figure out where Sean is. Also, you have to let Lauren die, and you have to get every bit of evidence and then burn it all. And, then you have to frame the dad as the killer and leave him in prison. If you do all that, you get a gold trophy called I Got Away With It. You also have to do some other stuff like letting this guy die, Hussein. You'll let him die. So there's nothing else to do in this scene except burn evidence. Oh. So, we know that he went in there and killed his mother. So she couldn't say what had happened. And now we see how this guy actually died. Earlier when we were playing, it doesn't really tell us, but Lauren came in later. That part doesn't really make sense to me, but... So here we are, the Origami Killer. they did that little flashback of John's brother, Scott's brother drowning, because the whole reason he does this and makes the father go through all the trials is because he's trying to find somebody that will die for their son, not like his father. Madison can die here, so you gotta be careful. We're gonna go check out Scott's apartment. Kind of weird that it's in the middle of the doorknob is in the middle of the door. Never seen that before on anything. Oh, come on. Sometimes those back and forward motions just don't work the way that it's telling you to do it. See? I did exactly what it told me to do, but... oh boy. That's the only interactives I don't like doing, is because the tilt thing, it just doesn't actually register that you're doing it.
Yeah, lost your touch, girl.
See? Didn't do anything different, but that time it worked. Makes no sense. A doorknob in the middle of the door. Sure.
The Origami Killer's apartment. There must be something that'll tell me where Sean Mars is.
So there's a lot of stuff you can interact with if you want, but he already burnt
I'll go through it
everything
room
that
by
gives
room,
it
but
away.
there's bound to be some kind of clue. Gotta be fast. He could come back any time.
So remember where everything is. So we're gonna go into the bedroom. You can search through this stuff if you want.
He used to be a cop. Probably knew exactly how an investigation would be carried out. There's got to be a place where he keeps his little secrets. Where could he have hidden them? An ex-cop. He knows their methods backwards. That's why he never leaves any clues.
So open up the closet. Bathroom. Weird. All right, it's in here.
A cop's uniform. Always trust a cop. That's why children went with him. He was dressed as a cop.
Yep. So that's a little bit of important clue that you can figure out. So this whole time, he had a little hidden door back here. Where he grows orchids. And And there's the typewriter that he wrote all the bad stuff on. When the parents came home from church, all the children were gone. They searched and called for them. They cried and begged, but it was all to no avail. The children have never been seen again. That's from the note that he sent the dad in the beginning, Ethan. And we're gonna come over here.
Shaun Mars. Oh, the lunatic's been watching him drown. But it's some kind of a well filling up with rain, slowly drowning him. Oh, there's not much time left. There must be something here showing where the well is.
So, oops.
This is where he cultivated the orchids that he left on the chest of his victims.
You don't need to do all this stuff, but I'm doing this so you guys have the plot.
I think I just discovered the identity of the origami killer.
You think?
There's enough proof here to have him arrested.
Like, you think you did?
Computer. If it's hidden here, it must be important. Computer. If it's hidden here, it must be important. Shelby could come back at any moment.
Alright, so go over to the computer. And it's password protected.
Shit, it needs a password.
But we got some clues to help us with it. So let's try origami. Doesn't work. Let's try rain. If you put in too many, you'll not be able to get it. Now, there we go. Max. That was the first time it popped up.
Got it. Max.
And the mom
the name
gave
John
us
gave to his paper dogs when he was a child.
the clue.
What the hell is that? An address. It's gotta be where Shaun Mars is. Hurry. There's no time to lose.
Theodore Roosevelt Road. And, now you can pick up the origami.
So you found my little secret?
It's over, Scott. All those children killed just to find a father capable of saving his son?
Shut up! You don't understand.
There's one child left. There might still be time to save him. Let him go. Do what your father couldn't do.
Get in there.
Can't get out that way. So grab this, pull it out. That's why you're listening for the hollow spot. Open that up. Stay in here too long, you'll die. You'll see that it's smoking now. We're gonna climb out through here. Now we're back in the bathroom. This can kill you. Don't go to any of the windows. All the windows are death traps, except for one. You jump out any windows, all that happens is you break a bunch of bones and die a very gory death. Also, if you get caught on fire and don't put yourself out, that will kill you too.
The apartment is already in flames. I gotta move fast if I want to get it alive. Think, man, think. I gotta find some way to protect myself from the heat and smoke.
So flip over for the chair. Keep going. Keep going this way, go out. Remember, all the windows will kill you. So now you see that there's a bomb. Just make your way slowly, not stepping in any of the fire. Go back around. Need to push this over. I said if you jump out any of the windows, you die. Except for one. You can't get out the front door because it's locked. So go into the kitchen. And to get a cool trophy, so you can either jump out, the window in here, or you can empty out the fridge. I don't know why this isn't working. Please do this, thank you. Clean all this shit out. You can also jump out the window if you want. But I think this is cooler. You pretty much have until that reaches the 30 mark, and then it blows up. You get a cool trophy if you do it in the fridge, though. It's like chilling something. So now that we found the address, and you can do that part and not find the address, you gotta make sure you hack it in the computer. So either you call Ethan, you call Jaden, or you go alone. So we're gonna call Jaden.
I know where Sean Mars is. I've got to call that FBI guy, Jaden. He's the only one I can trust. He'll be able to save him.
For some reason...
My name is Madison Page. You don't know me. I'm a journalist. We don't have much time, so listen carefully.
Her mobile phone's not good enough to call both of them.
The killer's name is Scott Shelby. Sean Mars is at 852 Theodore Roosevelt Road. You got all that?
Wait, I know this already. I'm on my way to the warehouse. I gotta go.
Said you can only call one person. And if they already know, they'll say the same thing. But she's a backup if one of them can't find Sean Mars. And here we go. We are at... Now it's showing Sean Mars. We are at the final chapter. We're gonna finally be able to end this. So he drowns at 6 inches. So we gotta run and hurry up and find him. So if Ethan comes here alone, you can either kill Scott Shelby, or you can let Scott Shelby go. Either way, when Ethan comes out, he gets shot and murdered. Awesome.
Sean!
He's the only one who will die if he shows up alone.
I've been looking for a long time, Ethan. Looking for a father that would be able to do what mine could not do. Sacrifice himself in order to save his son. Oh, I searched.
Fucking freak.
And then I remembered you.
All those murders, just to find a father capable of saving his son.
Just to find a father? Do you have any idea how it feels to be a worthless nothing in your father's eyes? Believe me, I've suffered just as much as my victims.
I finished your damn trials. Now give me back my son!
There. All you have to do is open that grate.
So if he's not there, that part doesn't happen. But now, he's gonna chase after him. If the FBI guy doesn't come, then Madison goes after him.
Gotta open this goddamn grate. Gotta find something, fast! I'll get you out of there, Sean.
Just pick up the pipe, the rebar, go back over. Oh, now you can run. It always does that the first time. So Scott was gonna shoot me in the back of the fucking head even though I passed his trial. That's the kind of guy he is. So how your kid can spend 4 days in the water, freezing cold October water, and not be dead already is beyond me. Now we're gonna have a little fight scene. Personally, I think Madison's fight scene's cooler than this one, but whatever. They're both cool. You can lose this fight, so be careful. All the cops are above us. So you need somebody else to be with you to warn the cops that you didn't do it. That Ethan didn't murder. That Ethan didn't kidnap all those kids. Shit.
Take your positions. The suspect is likely to be armed.
So you need Madison to warn the cops that you didn't do it.
I repeat, shoot to kill. Ash, are the snipers in position?
Yes, Lieutenant. They're ready on your command.
Perfect. He won't get away this time. We'll gun him down as soon as he shows his face. Hey! You there! What are you doing?
Lieutenant, my name is Madison Page. I'm a journalist. I have proof that Ethan Mars is innocent. He's not the origami
Ash,
killer.
what is a journalist doing here? I thought I told everybody to keep their mouths shut. Now get her out of here. I don't want her getting in the way.
Okay, Lieutenant. All right, come on.
You're about to make a terrible mistake, Lieutenant. Ethan Mars is innocent. I can prove it.
Oh!
gotta breathe. Don't leave me. Sean, don't leave me.
The little boy can die if you don't do this right. He can die if nobody finds him and nobody cares. And then Scott gets away with it. Scot-free.
Oh, Sean. Oh. I thought you were gone.
Dad, I knew you would come and save me.
Sean, listen. You are the best thing that's ever happened to me.
This part only happens if you take the
I want you
poison.
to know that whatever happens, I love you more than anything in the world. I'm not dead. I took the poison an hour ago, and I'm not dead.
No, Scott wanted to kill you instead.
Ash, get her out of my face.
Mars didn't do it, for Christ's sakes. He's innocent.
Hey, what are you doing?
If you don't do this right, then I think they'll end up trying to kill Mars.
Oh, crap. What do we do? Regional personnel, hold your fire. I repeat, hold your fire.
What's going on?
The cops. They're out there. They have the building surrounded. They'll shoot you if you go outside.
I'll go out alone. I'll talk to them. I'll explain.
You'll be dead before you can open your mouth. Look, we'll all go out together, with our hands in the air, and they can't possibly shoot us.
That's exactly what happens.
I have the evidence that proves your innocence.
Actually, all the evidence burned up, so...
Listen, I'm sorry I didn't trust you. I was only thinking about Sean, and I
We
thought...
did trust her. But I guess this says that either way.
That's okay. The only thing that matters is that you saved your son.
Back up here. So there's 17 different endings you can do in this game. Shit. Ouch. Oh wow, there's this big ass sledgehammer up there. Yeah. Hit him with that wrench. Now. Do not be you can save him or don't save him. But we're gonna save him. For some reason. All it does is make some more action. And he dies on a piece of rebar instead. Oh wait, that's Madison, never mind. See you later, buddy. that's the end of Scott Shelby. Feel bad for the guy who just popped into my chat. Just saw the very end and nothing else. So if you play as the dad and only have the dad go, it happens a little bit differently because he'll have the gun instead of Scott. Doesn't matter if you shoot the killer. If you shoot Scott, he'll be dead on the ground. But when you go to open the door and go out, and you tell Sean to wait, you get shot.
There was general relief this morning.
And this is the end, guys. We did it.
Sean Mars alive more than 4 days after his disappearance. Mars had been imprisoned in a well by the man known as the Origami Killer. The successful resolution of this case was made possible only by the bravery of Ethan Mars, who the police believed at one point to be the killer. It is no doubt due to his great courage and tenacity that he succeeded in foiling the plans of the Origami Killer. The police commissioner presented him with an official apology today. Our main headline today: it is reported that the police have identified the man thought to be the Origami Killer. Scott Shelby, 48, is a former police lieutenant who claimed to be a private eye hired by the families of the killer's victims.
So we're just going to let this
Shelby
play out.
was
You guys
killed
can watch
during
the
a
ending.
massive police operation, but further details have not yet been released to the public.
Let's just say a friend of a friend let me jump in line. If we like it, it's ours.
So because we kissed Madison and we chose to forgive her, we get this ending. If you don't kiss her and you don't trust her, you don't get this
Hey,
ending.
Dad! I think I found my room!
Well, what do you think?
It's perfect, Ethan.
If you don't have Madison,
We'll be able to
then
forget what
it will
happened.
just be you and
We'll
Sean,
lead a normal
and that's
life.
it.
And one day, it'll all just seem like a bad dream. We've
If
earned the right to be happy now, Ethan.
If you're in jail,
All three of us.
the mom will bring Sean to the jail after Madison or Nathan saves him. And then the mom apologizes for saying that she thought you were the one who kidnapped him.
Our guest today is on the cover of today's World Magazine this week and has been hailed by the whole nation as a new hero for our times. Astonishingly, he almost single-handedly ended the sinister series of killings by the man known as the Origami Killer and saved the life of young Sean Mars. His determination, courage, and intelligence have won our admiration. Norman Jayden. Good evening.
Norman. I always call him Nathan on accident. He can have a couple different endings. Since we didn't do drugs for the entire game, we're not gonna overdose and kill ourselves. Since we chose detox. unfortunately, to do all the clues that we did, we end up going a little crazy. That's his good ending. It doesn't really make sense. Like, one of the bad endings is better off than that happening to him. So, if nobody finds...
You killed my son, Scott.
If nobody finds,
Were you thinking about that when you
Sean,
were in New
or
Orleans?
Ethan lets him go and he gets away with it, and Lauren lives, Lauren will shoot him point blank in the face. If Lauren dies, he just walks away and gets away with everything.
Nothing can justify it anyway. I feel nothing but contempt for you. Nothing but contempt.
No matter what, if Lauren's left alive, she'll figure out that you were the killer, and she'll kill you. I wonder who paid for his fucking tombstone. I mean, what did they bury? There was nothing left. If you play as Madison and you kill him.
I want to see them again. I'm a father too.
Booyah. Choices of stuff you could have done. Ooh, you could have used the pliers. That's the end, guys. Thank you for joining me on this. I really appreciate it. Like I said, there's 17 different endings. This was just, you know, one of them. But when I mean 17 different endings, there's 17 different endings split up between the 4 characters. Each one of them has a couple different endings, and then they mash together at the end. Waiting for this to end, taking its sweet ass time. Loud music to go away so I can do an outro. It's taking its sweet ass time though. One of the only games where you can't skip to the end. Wow, that's some fucking credits. Alright, do a couple shout outs. I want to shout out to Blue Chip Joe. Check him out on Facebook. It's Blue, B-L-O-O, Chip, C-H-I-P. That word's together. And then Joe. He streams a lot of different stuff on Facebook. Give a shout out for all the raids and all the shares of the stream. I want to say thank you. Kevin Mark, who's been watching this since the beginning. He missed this one stream, unfortunately. Give a shout out to him for the support. My little brother Alex, he jumped in and watched a lot of it. And then we had a bunch of new people jump in and join us, and I appreciate everybody who took the time to watch the stream. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook. It's the link's at the bottom in red. If you guys enjoyed the content, don't forget to throw a like on the video. If you guys don't mind, hit subscribe so you can see when we go live. And follow the Facebook page. Subbing and following enters you into a chance to win 3 months of free Netflix. Just need to have a valid email address to get sent to you. And I'll be doing a drawing for the winner. Ton PSN STP. Oh, what's up, Night Olive? Oh man, I feel bad, bro. You jumped right in at the end of the stream, my man. I mean, I really appreciate you stopping by, though, man. I just finished doing the last part of Heavy Rain. If you want to check it out, you can go back to the other videos and watch them. We'll be gonna have to find a new game to stream. Ton PSN STP. To Quentin and Ulysses, without whom life would never be the same, in my memory of our dear friend Norman Corbel. Alright, now that loud music's over, and we finished Heavy Rain. I mean, what a great game. I mean, it's a little rough, but it's a great game. Let's check out the extras. Check out the trophies. So these are all the trophies that we got for our run. So we didn't let the kid die, so we don't have that one. There's also a gold trophy for letting the killer get away with it. Then we got some bonuses, and it's just some concept art and stuff. So, let me know down in the comments if there's a game that you guys would like to see streamed. If I have it, I'll definitely do it. So far, we've done The Last of Us, we've done Heavy Rain, and we have a bunch of DVD videos. If there's anything you'd like to see more of, or if there's a game you guys would like to watch, just throw it down in the comments. Check me out on Facebook. If you like, if you want a certain video game there, you can also message me on Facebook and say, hey man, will you try this game out? I'd like to see it streamed, and I will most definitely, if I have it, or it's not too expensive, I'll check it out and we'll do it. So, thanks to everybody for the support and for taking the time to watch the video. I appreciate it. And until next time, this is The Last of Us Gamers, and you have a great night, party people.